But before we move to branching, let's take a look at a couple of other commands. And again, there are a lot of them in Git. We're just trying to go over the basics, right? What happens if we need to delete, remove, rename files in Git? So let's take a look at that. First, let's take a look at renaming files. So we got customers.txt, bookstore.txt, and profiles.txt. Now, for some reason, our database person says this should not be named customers.txt. It should be named, I don't know, users.txt. Right? Like, okay, well, that's no problem, right? So I'll go and I'll rename it, right? I can either do it in VS Code or I can do it in terminal. The easiest would be to do it in VS Code, I suppose. So I'll rename it to users.txt. Great. Now we have something, right? A green notification in VS Code, and something's two pending changes, something's popped up, right? Let's take a look at our Git status now. Let's examine this a little closer. Git says unbranch main. Some changes are not staged for commit. We have a deleted customers.txt and a new file, users.txt. That's weird. We didn't delete anything, right? We just renamed it, right? We didn't delete customer.txt. We just renamed it to users. But in fact, what's going on behind the scenes in this case is that the old reference file is deleted and it's copied over to a new one. Essentially, that's how the operating system handles it, right? So the old memory reference is gone, new memory reference is created, and we have this new file, right? Great. So let's take a look on how we can fix that, right? So all right, we'll say, all right, that's fine. We'll git add -- all, right? Or we could do it with users.txt. So I want to track the new one, right? Okay, let's do git status again. It says, okay, so new file users.txt is added, but we have a deleted file customers.txt. So I want to keep track of that as well. So I need to git add customers.txt. Essentially, I'm telling Git, in case I need to step back, so that it can undo all of the changes. Okay, we'll do git status. But what's going on here, right? Git add customers.txt, and then git status, and then renamed, right? So finally, Git picked up that it wasn't just a blank deletion, it went from customers.txt to users.txt. And we'll commit it, and we'll say, hey, rename customers.txt to users.txt. All right, that's great. We'll git log it, and it seems like everything is just fine, right? Okay, is there a better way of doing this? Well, as it is, there is a better way of doing this, because we can do git commands. We can leverage git commands to do everything in just one step. So let's say I wanted to, my database developer says, you know what, it's not going to be users.txt. It's going to be user list.txt. Like, all right, well, I have to run through the same thing again. Or I can say, hey, Git, figure this out. Move everything from the old name essentially users.txt, to users.txt, gotta spell it correctly, to, and the second argument to user list.txt, and press enter. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's jump in here. We have a user list.txt. Let's jump back here. We'll do git status. We have it renamed and it's ready to be committed. We don't need to add anything. We need to go back and forth, and we can just say git commit. Really getting on my nerves. Steve at databases. And we are just fine. Now again, right? VS Code will try to keep, just in case we did something wrong, a reference to that users.txt file, because we renamed it and moved it, right? If you open this up, this is a new one, but this crossed out one, VS Code tries to keep the reference to it. But now we can just remove it here, and that's fine. Great. And that's the general idea, right? There's more commands to it, right? And there will be, if you want to really go into it, we'll provide a bigger reference section. But these are some of the basics, and a way to introduce you to the basics. But let's see what we need to do if we need to delete files, remove them from a repository, and whatnot, because sometimes we might want to stop tracking the file. So let's see how we do that next. So how about deletion, right? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. Let's first make a new file. We'll have it called keys.txt. And that would be, I don't know, user keys for each of the user lists. So let's copy that over here, throw that here. So Bob is 1, Zara is 2, and Steve is 3, and Anna is 4. Great. We want to save that. And let's do git status. And we'll add all, and we'll commit keys created. Clear in git log. Let's take a look at that. Well, keys created, right? That's the last commit. That's where we at. Great. Let's take a look at it here. And let's say, okay, now we want to go ahead and delete keys.txt, and we want the changes to be reflected in repository. Well, a couple ways of doing it. Well, more than a couple ways of doing it. The longer ways, the shorter ways, and so on and so forth, right? Let's do the longer way. We'll go and delete permanently in VS Code. It will ask me if you want to do that, but I will. Done. Let's take a look at Git. And we'll say, okay, some changes are not staged for commit. Git says, hey, you did something in VS Code. I'm not really sure what you want me to do with it. Right? I'm not really sure what you want me to do with it. But I guess you want to delete keys.txt, right? Okay, you want to delete keys.txt. So please tell me that you want to do that, right? Because we want to keep things safe, right? We don't really want to do things, dangerously. So I'll say, okay, well, fine. Git add keys.txt, and we'll say git status. Okay. So now Git says, okay, well, now we know that this is going to be deleted and it's going to be committed. So I'm going to say, and then git commit -m delete keys.txt. Great. Clear this up. And it's gone. All right, so can we do it faster? Of course, right? Because that's what Git is all about. It's about efficiency. Sometimes you want to go step by step. Sometimes you want to just automate these things. So I'll make a new file and I'll call it a, I don't know, card list txt and 111 222 222 222 and something like that. A bunch of things. I will add it. Again, I can add with a dash dash all, or I can add it with a specific name, right? So I can point it to the cards list. And then git commit, create card list, git log, right? Create card list, delete keys, keys created. All right, well, how about I just want to completely delete the card list? No problem. Oh, by the way, something to note, if you do a git log, right? And it's a long log. Now our log is getting long, right? And you see this little blinking cursor. That's Vim. Essentially, you're in Vim. Whether you're on Mac or Ubuntu Linux, right? The easiest ways of quitting it with a Q or escape Q and whatnot, depending. Don't be afraid of that. Now, so let's say I want to just completely remove the what did we create there? The card list, right? So I could do it with a git command as well, right? So git remove card list.txt. Now, what this does, right, is it automatically stages this for the commit. So essentially, it tells Git to remove it and prepare for it to be saved. Essentially, so I don't need to git add once again. I don't need to say that, hey, I'm deleting this file. I'm saying, hey, Git, automate this for me. So git remove card list.txt, and if I go get status, it says, hey, that's what you did, deleted and whatnot. Do you want to save that? So yes, I will save that. Delete card list.txt. Fine. We'll go to get status. Nothing to commit. All clear. Again, VS Code is trying to, help me in case I did something stupid, but that's fine. And now I'll do git log, and we have that next commit. Right? Here's a bonus question, right? How would I go back a commit here? Or how about if I would want to go back a couple commits? Let's say I want to go back to where the keys were created, right? But destroy everything in between. Just think about it, and practice with it. So that's that. And now we finally go to branching.